Hello my little sapphires and welcome to another Q&A. I literally just got out of the shower, hence why my hair's like really frizzy. I just gave it a quick blow dry. I'm on my way out in a minute, so I thought I'll get this filmed and everything whilst it's still light outside, because when it's dark, lighting's just a nightmare. I do have my own lighting, but I prefer natural lighting, even though my face is such a different colour. I'm literally still in the middle of doing my face. I got like blend on my foundation. It's nuts. It's like literally used to go in the sunbeds all the time, but because obviously I haven't been in the sunbeds that much, like I'm two different colours, like my foundation's still darker than my actual skin. But anyway, let's get into this Q&A. Augustine Detrus said, I have two questions to ask. If you were to sign with a major wrestling promotion, which company would you join? WWE or AEW? So growing up for me, it was always WWE, and that was always my answer, just because I love WWE. It's like my dream, and it's like, yeah, I just loved it. But as I'm getting older, and I'm sort of like, you know, I'm gonna be 29 now, and I'm thinking more about me and what I'd be happier with, I feel like I'd potentially be happier in a company like AEW, where the schedule isn't as hectic, where you aren't always fighting for your spot, where you've got like a lot more creativity as well, and stuff like that. So I feel like I'd probably be way happier with somewhere like AEW. You also said, who would you love to get in the ring with and wrestle right now? Any particular woman or dream match you ever wanted? So like in my previous Q&A, I like literally named so many girls. There's just like so many amazing people who I would just love to wrestle and learn off. Probably so many people who I haven't even seen wrestle or discovered yet. Like literally the women's wrestling division all over the world is just amazing at the moment. So many talented women. Panav Nanjia said, how difficult things have become in the wrestling world due to this pandemic. So just before lockdown, obviously a lot of shows got cancelled, which was a little bit annoying, but obviously I understand that's why. I had a handful of wrestling shows coming up for September, but a lot of them have now been moved over to November. I'm potentially going to be going to wrestle abroad in November as well, but obviously we don't know what's going to happen with that, because anything can change. I really wanted to go to France, like drive to France from the UK and drive down Italy and stuff, just to like, you know, travel a bit. But even now, it's looking like that's not going to happen, just because things are changing so much with this virus. Some places are getting like second waves and stuff, so it's just scary, and it's hard to know what to do or even plan for wrestling. Obviously, I do miss wrestling a hell of a lot. I miss the shows, and I'm doing like a show in August for Full Force Wrestling, but it's an empty arena show, so it's going to be filmed for Turnbuckle TV. So if you want to watch that, just subscribe to Turnbuckle TV. Just give them a Google, you'll find them. I'll also try and remember to link them down below too. So that'll be fun. But obviously, without the crowd, like, you feed off the adrenaline of the crowd. Like, I think we forget how important the crowd are, but now they're gone. It's just weird, isn't it, without them? So Mark Farley said, did you know that Chris Jericho came up with the name Stinkface? It was named after the stink palm in Morvats. I actually never knew that. I love that fact. Well, Chris Jericho, thank you for making the stink face. Saime said, do you like current WWE and what do you think of WWE in general? You know what, I've always said this, the women's division in WWE right now is amazing. It's so entertaining to watch. The girls are so talented. I'm like loving it. I haven't watched WWE current stuff for about a month or two, just because I've been enjoying the old stuff, 2001, 2002 times, but whenever like I want to work out or go to the gym and stuff, the current stuff is what I like to watch whilst I'm working out. Mike Gaming said, would you ever go to NXT UK? Yes, 100%. I think that's every UK wrestler's, like, you know, dream to wrestle for NXT UK. Even to do like a one-off match for them would be amazing. Dave said, has anyone ever refused to take the stink face? No, they haven't. Why should they? It's like, you know, the best move in the world. Surely you'd want to take the stink face, especially off me. Chase said, where's your favourite place to visit in the US? So I've only actually been to New York on holiday, but there's so many other places I would love to go to. I've always wanted to go to Florida. I've always wanted to train in Florida and wrestle in Florida. I've always wanted to go on holiday to Texas, New Orleans, Las Vegas, Miami. Miami looks amazing. Chicago. I'd love to actually do Route 66. I've read that, like, you know, you need a good month to do it. Like, if this virus and everything was over and I had like a month to just do me and I had the funds, then I'd probably just do Route 66. And if they were training schools on that route, I'd probably just stop and do some wrestling training whilst I'm there. Kevin Turner said, who inspired you to become a pro wrestler? Trish Stratus and Lita. When I was younger, I watched them and I thought they were amazing. I love them so much. Dave Sheekley said, what attracted you to become a wrestler? So watching WWF in the time with all the storylines with the Alliance versus the WWF, to me it was just so magical, and it was very like, oh my god, like I can't believe this, I can't believe that. Like I genuinely thought it was real when I was younger. I'm gonna be 29 this week, and I would have been 2001, so that's 19 years ago, so I would have been about 10, like 9 or 10 watching WWF. Yeah, 9, because the Alliance was like sort of like 2001, but in like April time, like that's when the storyline started. So yeah, I would have been 9 going on 10. And to me, like I genuinely thought, like, you know, everything was real. I remember having anxiety going to bed, thinking that like WWF were going to lose Survivor Series and there was going to be no more WWF. Metal Overlord said, is OnlyFans your main source of income? Yes, that is my main source of income right now. Obviously I'm not wrestling due to the coronavirus, so OnlyFans and my custom wrestling company are both my main source of income. So obviously if you want to support me, feel free to subscribe to my OnlyFans. I always shout this out, so you guys know, you know the drill. Team Christian Reed said, what's the most challenging difference between pre-COVID and current life in regards to your life? I think like before COVID, obviously we were a lot more free, and I could plan a lot more. I was like, you know, meant to be going to Ibiza for my birthday this year, and I wanted to do holidays with my mum, I wanted to travel, I wanted to wrestle in loads of different places, I wanted to go train in America for a month. So there were like loads of things which I wanted to do before COVID had even happened, and obviously that's put a damper on it because travelling is obviously quite hard at the moment. So yeah, there were like loads of stuff that I wanted to do. Obviously I'm not getting too down about it, things change all the time and it is what it is. Like at the end of the day, like I know it sounds like it feels better that we're all going through this together. It's like, say if like just I couldn't wrestle, then everyone else was wrestling, it'd be in your face, like you'd feel like way more like, you know, upset about it. But because we're all in this together, we're all on pause anyway, so you don't feel like you're missing out as much, if that makes sense. Jesus Apon said, who your dream wrestler which you want to wrestle in the future? Like I said, I've said before, Lita, Trish Stratus, Toni Storm, Nadia, Charlotte Flair, Sasha Banks, Bayley. There's so many of them. What's your next plans as a wrestler and model? So my next plans as a wrestler is obviously to wrestle in as many countries as possible, wrestle as many people, meet lots of people. I'm not ready to give up wrestling yet. As long as my body's still going, I'm still going, even though I am older. Regarding like modelling stuff, any photo shoots will now be going on to OnlyFans, because I just think like at the end of the day, if you like do like a photo shoot for a company, they make so much money off that. Why not just put my own photo shoots onto my OnlyFans and have all that money myself, because I'm the one that's like, you know, working hard. So yeah. You received company offers as WWE, AEW, Impact Wrestling, NWA, Ring of Honor, MLW, New Japan, etc., and will accept wrestle a company. I guess you mean, would I accept off any of them? Yeah, of course I would. John Carlos Sanchez said, what is your favourite body part to work out? Definitely, actually I was going to say legs and booty, but sometimes not. Like, I usually love training legs, but recently with my new PT, I actually find legs way harder because I am burning out way more than what I used to. because like with my squats and stuff, I'm doing them like way lower than what I used to, so I feel like it's like a lot more work. So I think right now I love doing upper body. I love doing like pull sessions, so anything to do with like training my back, and then I love like shoulders as well, and I love training triceps, because I think triceps for me is like the first place I actually see a bit of definition. So triceps is when I just love training my body. Jamie Trainer said, if you could join a group or faction in the past, who would it be? I think I'd probably join the Alliance, as that was my favourite time in wrestling, and I reckon I could have done some really cool storylines back then, especially because of how my character is. I think I would have definitely given Stephanie a run for her money. Jared Meyer said, advice on upcoming pro wrestlers who are just starting out. My advice would be just be yourself. When you go to training school, obviously be respectful of everyone, be willing to learn, be open-minded, but then at the same time, don't let anyone bully you or make you feel belittled or anything like that. It's so hard getting into the wrestling industry these days with all the stuff that's been happening with the speaking out movement, and obviously a lot of us are fortunate to come across good training schools, but then some of us are unfortunate to come across horrible training schools. So just if something doesn't feel right, don't continue, because there will be other training schools. You might have to travel a little bit further, but if you ain't comfortable with a situation in that training school, then maybe look somewhere else to train and go somewhere where you're comfortable. I've actually done a series on starting wrestling. If you go onto my playlists, I'll try and remember to link it down below, as I've already done 3 videos, and I will be adding more videos to that series as well. Junior Trejo said, what inspired you to become a wrestler? So like I said, WWF 2001. Joseph Donovan said, I'd love to see an arm wrestling match between you and Chardonnay. Would you ever film that? If you ever want me and Chardonnay to film you a custom arm wrestling match, just drop Power Girls Pro a message and we will basically do that match for you. Obviously you'd have to pay, as it'd be a custom match. Andrew Jackson said, how would you like to have your own Kiss My Ass Club? Yes, I would love to have my own Kiss My Ass Club like Vince McMahon. I definitely think I'd give Vince a run for his money too. Give all the McMahons a run for their money. I'd be so good at that type of character and having that type of storyline. Who's the next victim of the Nadia Sapphire Kiss My Ass Club? Well, I'm seeing Chardonnay this week, so I think she should be the next victim. What do you guys think? Who would you like to see kiss my ass? Link it, comment it down below. Do you like receiving or giving the stink face? I definitely like giving it. I don't want to be on the receiving end. That does sound really dodgy, doesn't it? So I'm going to leave that there. Black Bullet said, do you enjoy it more when your opponents beg you not to stink face them, when your butt is inches away from their face, or when your butt is in their face and they're just gasping for air because you're suffocating with their ass? Wow, that's very graphic. You know what? Either way is fine for me. Big Jack Furry said, when's your next OnlyFans sale? I'm not quite sure. If you turn my notifications on for Twitter or Instagram, you will obviously get notified first when I do my next OnlyFans sale. So obviously, hopefully you'll subscribe. Kyle Mayhew said, if you could give anyone a wedgie, who would it be? Do you mean a wedgie stink face? Well, I gave Dominica a wedgie stink face on the last Power Girls wrestling filming. I actually did it really well, to be fair. If you want to see it, subscribe to my OnlyFans. I literally uploaded it yesterday, so yeah, it'll be one of my most latest videos when you subscribe on there. Everyone who's on my OnlyFans who's seen it have said that's the best stink face out of mine they've seen so far. So yeah, if you really like stink faces, definitely check out my OnlyFans to see the latest stink face Sunday and all the stink face Sundays before that. I've been doing stink face Sunday for months and months and months now. There's probably millions of stink faces for you guys to watch, exclusive ones, but the wedgie stink faces, the most recent one I put on. Rock and Roll Express said, most underrated UK workers you've trained or worked with, past or present. Obviously, I'd say my guys at 4FW, just because I know them, I've seen how hard they work, and I feel like, you know, they should have had way more recognition. So I'd definitely say people like Saime, Sahin, Tiger Ali. I will link a match of theirs down below as well, just so you guys can see. And then obviously, you know, if you do like them, go follow them on Instagram or Twitter, or follow Forefront Wrestling. I feel like that's such an underrated promotion. Rock and Roll Express said best brain for wrestling. Best brain. You know what? I've done like a lot of seminars before with Spud, known as Drake Maverick, in WWE, but before that he was Rockstar Spud over here in the UK, and he's got such a good brain for wrestling, and like when he's actually talking about things, he genuinely makes you think like, oh yeah, why am I doing that? Oh, this don't make sense. Like we do like an international spot, and when you take a shoulder block, he'd be like, why would you sleep? Why don't you take a shoulder block and just get up? And I'm like, yeah, of course, like why would I sleep? Like you sleep to try to get up, but then why not just take the shoulder block and get up? And not even that, like when you do shoulder block someone, why would you just run away and stuff like that? Like it's just like just all these things breaking it down where you think, oh actually yeah, this makes sense, that doesn't make sense. When we had WWE tryouts and William Regal was like, you know, why people hit someone and then run away to the ropes? Like it just don't make sense. Like you're on top, so why would you then run off? So yeah, lots and lots and lots of things to think about. But I think with wrestling, you could literally just think about things so much to where like you overthink it, if that makes sense. Omega Nova said, do you like doing the stink face because your character, or do you like actually putting your big bet in people's faces? Both. My character, Nadia Sapphire, loves doing the stink face because she has a big butt, she's a curvy girl, she loves being curvy, she celebrates her curves and she feels empowered. And then obviously because she loves to humiliate her opponents, she'll do anything to do that. So doing something like the stink face is like the ultimate humiliation. So that's why Nadia Sapphire does the stink face. Anyway, that's it. That's all questions answered. Sorry if I didn't answer your questions in the previous Q&A, but hopefully this Q&A makes up for it. So, as always, please like, please subscribe. Like I said, it's my birthday this week. If you want to give me a birthday present, no pressure. But if you do, feel free to subscribe to my OnlyFans, because obviously that's like a little present for me. I'm also going to link my Amazon wishlist down below if you want to buy me a present, and also my PayPal as well. Anything that people PayPal me, I will be buying clothes, I will be getting my hair done, my lashes done, getting lots of alcohol and all sorts, so I will put them all down below as well. Obviously don't feel bad if you can't get me a birthday present, as I don't expect it, but it's just there because a lot of you guys do ask about that. So yeah, I'll put all the details down below. Anyway, have a great week guys.